I reference the regional orchestra quite a bit in my videos, especially about freelancing or being a freelancer. And I've gotten quite a few comments, or the main question back, asking what exactly is a regional orchestra, which is a great question. So a regional orchestra is a fully professional orchestra. So all the musicians are paid all the way through the string sections, everybody, but you're paid per service. So you're not getting a salary like in a full-time orchestra. A service is any rehearsal that you are at and any concert. So rehearsal, each concert is a service. And the pay varies quite a bit depending on the location of your regional orchestra or that orchestra's budget. It can be anywhere, generally speaking, between $100, I would say, to $250 per service. To become a member of a regional orchestra, you do have to go through an audition process, exactly like how you would do it for a full-time orchestra job, that same process. So those are the main details that define a regional orchestra. Other things are that regional orchestras are full of freelancers. Almost all, and in some cases all, the musicians in the regional orchestras are full-time freelancers. So they don't have any other like day job or real job. A typical musician in a regional orchestra would probably play in 2, 3, 4, or even 5 regional orchestras, like be a member of those, and then play weddings, other gigs, have a private teaching studio, and probably also be adjunct at a community college or 2 or 3. So you're just really piecing together an income being a professional freelance musician. Sometimes in some regional orchestras, again, if they're in a smaller town, you are going to have musicians. They're still paid being there, they're professional, but in the back of the violas or back of the strings often, or third trombone or somebody, you might have somebody who has a day job but keeps up their playing enough to be able to play at a professional level. So sometimes you get those musicians as well, but generally speaking, most of the musicians in a regional orchestra are full-time professional freelance musicians. Other characteristics that make a regional orchestra different from like a community orchestra, which would be mostly volunteer or partially volunteer and some paid musicians, and like a full-time orchestra, which everyone's paid, but you're getting a salary and other things, is that the regional orchestra is not full-time, like a full-time orchestra. It's not full-time. There is a scheduled season of concerts for every regional orchestra. So if you look up, I just know the ones off the top of my head in the Chicago area would be Elgin Symphony, Elmhurst Symphony, Rockford Symphony, Chicago Philharmonic. Those orchestras, if you go to their website, you see they have a whole schedule, a season of concerts, just like a full-time orchestra. However, it's only on average about 1 week a month that you have a concert. So that's why you're able to be a member of like 2, 3, 4, 5 regional orchestras. It's a scheduling nightmare, but you can do it. So a typical schedule in a regional orchestra is you have a rehearsal Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday evening, usually like 7 to 10 or 7:30 to 10, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then you have concert Saturday evening, Sunday matinee. And then that's done. So you rehearse that program, you play that program. It's very efficient. And then in that same orchestra, you may not have another concert scheduled until 1 or 2 or even 3 months later. So it's not every week like a full-time orchestra would be. And also a difference, like the community orchestra side or a hybrid community professional, is that they tend to rehearse like every Tuesday for months with the same program or the same few pieces, and then 3 months later play that concert. Kind of like how you would do in high school or in a youth symphony situation, where you rehearse a couple pieces or a program of pieces for a very long time and then you have a concert. So a regional orchestra doesn't work that way. Because it's professional, you're paying everybody for their time. You do usually 3 rehearsals, 2 concerts in 1 week, done. On average, the yearly pay, and this is really hard to generalize, because again, it varies so much. But in a regional orchestra, in one of them, you would make anywhere between $5,000 and like I don't know, $12,000 a year. So of course you cannot live on that. I mean, if you played all the weeks in one regional orchestra, you might be able to top out at $15,000, but most freelancers, being freelancers, don't play all the weeks available, every single concert available, because you're trying to fit in all these other gigs, all these other regional orchestras, and you're constantly subbing out and shifting your schedule around. So even though you could be a member of a regional orchestra, and if you played everything, you could make $12,000, $13,000, you usually make like $8,000 because you don't play everything. So I feel like I just talked in a big circle. Hopefully that wasn't too confusing. But generally speaking, one regional orchestra, you make between $8,000 and $12,000 a year on average. Also of note, a big difference between a regional orchestra and a full-time professional orchestra, like the Chicago Symphony, the Milwaukee Symphony, Oregon Symphony, is that you do not have a weekly salary or a salary in general where you're paid on a regular basis, no matter if you were at the concert or not. A full-time orchestra, like I said, you're on salary, and oftentimes you're rotated off concerts with the other members of your section. So you may not have to play every single week, and they play every week. So you're constantly playing. So you're rotated off, but then you still get paid a salary. So the regional orchestra, if you're not there, if you're not playing the rehearsal and the concert, you do not get paid. It's per service in the regional situation. Also, no health care for regional orchestras, no health care, no paid time off, no sick days, none of that. That's full-time orchestras is more structured like a quote-unquote real job or a day job, where you have that structured into your job. Full-time orchestras, you can call in sick, you can take a sick day, you have vacation days, and you're still getting paid. You're still getting a salary. So that's a major difference with the regional side. You have to be there to do the rehearsal and concert, and then you're paid for when you are there. So I hope that answers some questions about what exactly a regional orchestra is. And as always, if you have any questions or want clarification on anything I've mentioned or something I forgot to mention, please put that down in the comments, and I will for sure answer you and get back to you. Also, please hit subscribe, especially if you're a freelancer or getting into freelancing. I have a lot of videos on unspoken rules on protocol in the freelancing world, how to become a freelancer, how to get started, all that sort of thing. So please check out my existing videos that I have up. I think they'd be very helpful. And if anyone has a topic suggestion for a future video, I'm all for it. Let me know. Thanks for watching.